And then Miami Valley for midgets senior animal. And then Tanner also held it. Buckeye for Midget Racing Association, junior 160, junior animal. And then Apogee, junior 160. And then these young drivers are supposed to be at Daytona 500 party, which second year in a row was canceled in the road. So we had Lucas Coulter was going to attend that day. Lucas was a Miami Valley coordinating champion in junior animal, junior Honda, junior 160. Couldn't make it tonight because we just got home from North Carolina and they're leaving to go racing tomorrow in Talladega. So we feel that we should give him his plaque because he was going to be here in February. So something. All right, guys, gals, now comes the fun part, the interviews. We'll start with David because he's never shot. How did David pick up the win? First off, let's give us a quick recap of your 2024 season, highlights and/or things you want to forget.
Highlights were I podiumed the 2 nationals, the Brickyard and Light Roll Formula. I finished 3rd, I think, and then at Charlotte, and I finished 2nd, Light Roll. I finished 9th in Light 160 for both Charlotte and Brickyard. I did come from the E main and the A main, or no, F main and the A main, and Light 160 at Charlotte. And West Thunder, I think I got 5th or 6th in Light Roll Formula points. I podiumed 2-3 times, I think. And my highest finish was 2nd. That's kind of about the highlights.
Anything you want to chat about?
As well. And Light Roll Formula, Light 160. And then, I forgot about probably just the West Thunder season. I just didn't really do good in that. And then Richmond getting rained out, that's another thing I don't want to forget about because I feel like we've had a really decent shot in the National Series.
Della, tell us about your year.
I got a lot.
A lot.
London, I or at Miami Valley, I almost lost the team championship. I wasn't having a good weekend, but then I came back and I was having a good weekend. And then I don't remember anything else.
I had a pretty good season. We had ups and downs all season. And it started with a down in Mini Indy for Midwest Thunder. We threw a chain in the ABMotorsports, which has really hurt us in season points. And then we had consistent years for the rest of the season. But in all other types of local racing, we did pretty well. We got what we wanted, and I'm happy about that. We also tried a national in Darlington. We got 3rd in both cars, which was great. We couldn't do any better. It really helped my confidence. And then this season we just came up for a national in Las Vegas, and we got up a win.
All right, Trevor.
What was your best win? most?
Like, 60.
Go ahead, Mark.
Just picture everybody in their underwear. You'll be okay.
Hey, Mom, what was his best win?
He podiumed at Midwest Thunder in junior animal,
Yeah, that was
which
pretty
was
cool.
pretty big.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's go backwards. Let's go a little bit easier. How old are you?
9.
9. And how many years have you been racing?
3.
How many?
3.
3 years? Okay. Trevor.
I am 12 years old. I've been racing for about 5 years.
Bell.
I am 9 and I have been racing for 3 years.
Okay.
I'm 15 and a half, and I've been racing car wrenches for 7 years.
Had to get that half, didn't he? Half
So
master.
what is, so you're done? Is there a 15 limit or what's the limit on quarter measure racing? How long can you go?
18, 17.
Okay. All right, so, what are your plans for 2025?
I'm gonna work with Blue Lemons Racing on a midget and hopefully try to race it some. We're looking into a legend car, and then I'm helping my dad with his late model, maybe racing a shady motor kill care. Awesome race.
Awesome. How about you, Val?
I have a legend, but it needs to get worked on.
Pressure's on.
She's calling you out, Jason.
And I want to try to race the big brickyard for this year.
We plan on going and racing the national tour. So we kind of have to because we just got off a national win. So we're going to Talladega tomorrow. So yeah.
Wow.
All right, Trevor. Midwest Thunder.
Midwest Thunder,
Brickyard, New York.
We're gonna go to Syracuse. We're gonna go up to Syracuse for one of the Northeast region races in August.
What they said.
Right.
Yeah, good job, Dad.
Trevor, why
I
don't
was
you
excited about it earlier.
both, I think you and Davey both mentioned the Nationals. Everybody thinks about quarter midget as like backyard, just fun little racing. Where is the Nationals tour taking? Where all do you go?
She should have taken
so the
podium.
first race of the season normally starts in Las Vegas. And then depending on how the schedule goes, we'll go to Talladega. And I believe it is, I think it's Wall, New Jersey. And then after that, it will be Brickyard. And then Richmond, and then
We started in Kentucky, or
Virginia.
Virginia.
yeah.
So, tell them, like, all the races are at the cup races.
So we normally travel with the Cup Series.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Like Talladega, the Cup Series is racing there this weekend. So right after A-Mains on Sunday for the quarter midgets, we will go to the Cup race and watch the big
Get
guys.
free tickets?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Kind of.
Kind of. Like,
Hi,
let's
Davey.
If you're a driver, they have to get free tickets, and then any other family member has to pay.
You need a hand?
Yeah.
Davey, you probably know the history a little bit. So,
Thank you.
it's what, no longer the USAC Board of Midgets, it's NASCAR Youth Series now?
Yes, that's normal. You said?
So So you're basically like NASCAR members now?
Yes.
How many miles a year do the parents put on traveling up and down the road? Anybody, have any of you parents kept track of that?
I don't know. So far, we're probably gonna somewhere around 6,000 or 7,000 miles.
How many?
6,000 or 7,000 probably for what we're
And these
traveling.
are all 10,000 win shows?
Well, yeah. Or maybe a $10 trophy. Yeah.
So all of your events are for trophies and awards, right? No money?
Correct.
I mean, at Charlotte Nationals, when I got second, all I got was a little medal. So, but
Yeah.
like, if you win, you get like a banner, trophy, medal, and I guess it's like something.
And get your motor tore apart.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun.
Brick, if you podium at Brickyard, then you get a brick, which I have from Lake World.
It's supposed to be a brick from the track when it was paved, all paved to bricks.
It's original bricks, it's supposed to be one of the ones that was service.
Brickyard is the largest quarter inch race in the country. There's
500 to 600.
500 to 600 cars that have that race. It's the main requirement for all national racing.
We have one parent coming. No, seriously, that's not helping kids. It's so many questions.
Absolutely.
No, each child.
Oh, go on, Jason.
Joe is our Midwest Thunder Series president also.
Yeah. This would be the parents' pastor. All right, we already know what Davey's plans kind of are leaning towards the future. Bella, once you get out of quarter digits, what are you looking to do?
Legends.
And how old do you have to be to race in those?
10, but if you do a higher class and quarter midgets like Light World and stuff, you can go at 9, I think,
Wow.
and you can race
Trevor, what's your ambition after quarter digits?
I plan on going and racing a legend,
Okay.
and then I'll probably go to a late model stock.
How about you, Tanner? I think Tanner's one of those, he puts a helmet on and goes racing. That's cool. All right, let's start with the parents. Why do you have your kid in quarter digits?
So,
No, I asked.
we just kind of fell into it. I had zero plans on coming to 4 visits with our son. I did do it when I was a kid. But just through the natural progression, I drag raced the car a little bit, and we got into the power wheel drag racing for a minute. And I felt that was extremely dangerous. I wanted to have some kind of roll cage on it. Putting a roll cage in a plastic car was very difficult. So we had stopped at the indoor track and looked at 4 widgets. He said it looked like fun, so now we have 9 cars. So here we are, 3 years later.
What? 9?
9 of them, yes. It's they will tend to multiply a little bit, but any kid that we can find, it shows a bit of an interest in it. We had 3 friends in the winter. And this kid wanted to try it, so we stuffed them in cars, did rugby classes and different things. So along with the 3 that he wanted normally, we're putting a 4th together for Tanner now. So so we just kind of fell into it, and we love it. It's a great family activity, and it definitely consumes all of our time.
Trevor, you're on your own. Why did your family get you started in the quarter digits?
My dad did it growing up as a kid, and he knew these were safe because, of course, he grew up with it. And my first race that I went to, a quarter-minute race, I was watching Davey at indoors, and he won. And yeah, that's really got me started.
How about you?
Actually, me and Mom both, we grew up at Columbus Speedway, dearly missed. I've raced street stocks, compacts, modifieds, school buses, trailer races. I annoyed Peggy a whole lot at Columbus buying pictures and stuff. We borrowed a car, put her in it at the beginning of the year, and she wasn't really interested. So me and Mom finished out the year racing in Shady Hole and Killcare, and my great friend Joe here decided that he was buying TJ a car. It's indoor tracks, only 5 minutes from the house. Let's go watch TJ race. And we watched TJ race, and she decided, I want to battle with TJ. Was her exact words. I don't know where the battle comes from, but sure. So we borrowed a car, and we raced the next race, indoor race, and she did really good with that. And then our great friend, everybody's friend, Larry Eber, decided we needed a better race car. So now, same deal. We have 3 race cars, and that's all we ever get to do is go racing. Thanks, Joe. I really appreciate it. It's really good for the kids. They hang out together. They have a good time. As I said, they go to the racetrack, and I think they like racing, or they enjoy racing, but the friends are way better. The friends, the families, the memories. This is a great sport. Hopefully we can get some other things going. Thank you guys for all that support.
So Justin raced late models, still races late models since the mid-90s. His goal was always put the baby in a car. Justin didn't start till he was 17. So when we went and watched Blaine Litters, which is a friend of ours, race at indoors for the first time, decided to get Davey started in it. My only goal was there has to be a cage around him, not doing go-karts. So now he's retired, and we have no cars in our garage, and it's weird. But this year we're going to cheer on all of our friends and root Trevor to that national championship, and watch him start traveling around and run a little bit more on his own at the big tracks with the big guys.
Alright, I'm going to throw this out. The kids can jump in, or the parents can jump in. My only experience pretty much is a little bit at the hog barn, watching quarter midgets, and then at the rumble. And in all of the competition I've seen, I don't think I've seen a kid get mad at another kid. Yet the parents, a whole different story. So, how do kids feel about your friendship, and then the parents argue? Does anybody want to?
We get right over it.
Yeah.
They're mad for 5 minutes, and they're out playing in the field, playing football or whatever, and mom and dad still out back, they're ready to fight. They're mad that the kids can care less. The kids, and I don't see how they just, it's a 5-minute deal, and they don't care. They're still playing football together.
It's an intense sport when it's for kids out there. It's one thing watching your husband race or your wife race, or when it's your kids, it's a whole different feeling.
Hi, kids. Do you have any fear when you're in quarter midget?
Not really. I know there's faster moves that I can run and probably more dangerous, so I know it's not as dangerous as one could be running.
Bella, any fears?
If you say flipping, I'm gonna punch you because you have flipped so many times. It's unreal.
I've worked them so many times, and doesn't even scare me now.
I think you flipped most recently out of any before.
Yeah. At mac and cheese, it was
I thought she was gonna
green
call it
on
mac and
cheese. On the working laps and some girl was smoking their tires and I was trying to pass them and then they swerved up and then I flipped over, but I wasn't even scared. It was just like a tumble.
How about you, Deborah, any fears?
No, you just have to go.
Tanner, any fears other than talking on a microphone?
Breaking a phone.
What's that?
Breaking a phone.
Oh, Bella's done that.
You did?
Because she's done it so many times.
Alright, so in the quarter digits, there's plenty. I need help on questions. Anybody have a question, feel free to raise your hand. It's so neat to see the mix between boys and girls. Do you have, guys, when there's a girl out there, do you feel like you gotta meet her, or do you even think about it? And then, oh, Bella's ready to go. Now we're racing against the boys.
The boys don't scare me. They're all scared of me.
Okay.
I don't like really let who the driver is affect me. I more focus on the driving style and how they will race me. I'm more kind of a mental racer. I try to think of what like a racer or how clean or dirty a racer will race me, or like how competitive they will be against me. So I kind of use that to an advantage.
Trevor, anything?
I treat all my drivers the same. If they dump me, let's say, I won't go back and dump them, but I'll treat them how they treat me.
That was pretty political. How about you, Tanner?
Same thing with
Hey, Tanner's loosening up. All right, any questions out here, guys? Rick, you always have a question.
On the quarter midgets, so they're different, like go-karts, you got so many different classes. It doesn't matter what age you are, I guess it's just the weights and all.
Yeah, let's talk about the class structures, basically, whatever, like 8 or 9 classes?
Yeah,
There's 12 classes and it ranges by your age. So rookie, you can be in rookies, 3 races, you can move. But if you're 9, you have to go into senior classes. But if you're below 9, you go to junior classes. Then we have our heavy classes for drivers that are over 100 pounds.
But are the cars the same?
Just the weight, yep.
So
And different
basically,
motors.
12 classes, somewhat on ages, different engine structures, and, okay.
Little small on engine, big on engine, small brakes, big brakes, you know, so you play with those classes. 4 different engine types to play with.
Donnie?
Just curious, other than your daddies, who's your favorite driver? Like Kyle Busch or? Who do you guys
Outside of
look
quarter
at?
midget racing, who's your favorite race car driver?
Davey Allison, that's my main after.
Use the one.
Or Matt DiBenedetto. I liked him since I was young.
Okay. Bella?
I like Bobby Pierce.
Bobby Pierce.
I like Ross Chastain. He has no fear.
Who?
Ross Chastain.
Oh, okay. Tanner, do you have a favorite driver? All right, let's get to know you a little bit better. School, what grade are you in?
I'm a freshman in high school.
All right, Bella?
3rd grade.
What?
Third.
Grade?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm
Third?
in 6th.
What's that?
I'm in 6th grade.
Third grade. Wow.
usually all A's, B's.
I do chess.
Chess? That's a thinking game. Are you good? Okay, how are your grades?
Good.
All right, sir.
I don't do no school sports. It's all racing,
Awesome. And you, how are you on your grade card?
all A's.
Good deal. All right.
We used to do baseball, not anymore.
And did good grades?
We're getting there.
Good at that look, right? All right, any more questions from the floor? Fred? All right. When's your next race? Well, we know you're going to Talladega. When's your next race?
Actually, on Friday, we're going to go to Buckeye, and then after that, we'll head our way to London.
Where?
London for Saturday and Sunday.
London?
That's the kind of fairgrounds.
So what's Buckeye? Oh, that's the Oklahoma Motor Speedway? Okay, so what do we have? We have Buckeye at Obetz, Macachee,
West Liberty.
Killcare, is that Miami Valley? All right, what's London?
Central Ohio.
Okay,
Central Ohio, where we just-
and is that in which one?
Yeah, Toledo. We have the-
Oh, Toledo, uh-huh.
Going on
Range
there.
Pride.
Yeah,
How come there's no dirt?
there is.
Toledo.
Yeah, Toledo out there.
They run half a year, they run dirt. They run half a year, they run a paper schedule, the other half they run dirt.
Okay.
Oh, you guys, we also have little Lorraine also, who's also gonna said something about dirt.
Trying really hard to get winners up there.
Right. We just did a neat thing, Lorraine County just did a neat thing last Saturday, I think it was, where I think they only had 10 quarter midgets show up, but it was kind of like arrive and drive. It was trying to introduce people to quarter midget racing. And the parents run the quarter midgets and let people ride in them. Did anybody hear anything how that went?
They said it went really good. There's a lot of clubs that will have, if you get in contact with, the club, a lot of people, we got, Buckeye is, 15 minutes from the house, so they're, you get people that's in the neighborhood, they come in, we do the same deal, as Buckeye's club members, Killcare does the same thing. And, Macachee, if you get in touch with the club, you come out and check it out, decide you want to do it, you get in touch with the local club. We get that scheduled up really quickly, so we supply everything, and you show up, and you make some laps, and you get mom and dad going in the quarter bit, yeah, we need to spend some more money.
Everyone clubs has their own house car that they keep just for those, so all the local tracks have these.
Now, quarter midgets don't always have numbers, because you use paper numbers. But do each of you kids have a number on your quarter midgets?
28, and I was on practice on thing. Another thing I do outside of school is me, Blaine Rivers, Jason Murray, Aiden Slide, and Trevor on the podcast that we're starting up. It's called the Next Level Racing Podcast.
And where's that going to be on Facebook?
It is on YouTube right now. We have 2 episodes up, but we've just been really busy lately, so we're not uploading anything new. We're working on it.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, so 28, and that's because of baby Alice.
That is because my dad, Stevie House.
I don't have a number on yours.
I don't have a number for my quarter midget, but for my legend, I will be 4B.
4B.
For Jackie Bonks.
Oh.
I don't have a number.
Do you have a number that you would want in the future? If you could have one?
2.
2. Okay.
I do. 62.
62? Why?
My papa used to race.
And he was 62? Okay.
racing, and myself and I'm happy.
It's fun, and I grew up with racing. All my family races. My uncle, my aunt, everybody races in my family. So I grew up with racing. So it's just fun to me, like hanging out with friends and stuff.
Everybody keep racing.
It's just the thrill and going fast. And I get to see my friends every weekend.
Everybody keep racing.
Trophies and girls.
I've asked this one before, and it's, I mean, I even have the adult drivers, but what about the kids in school? Do they know you race, and what do they think about that?
The kids, when I first started racing in 4th grade, and then 4th and like 7th grade, I was not very well liked because, you know, I was a kid that didn't play football or baseball or soccer or anything. I was sort of an outcast. And then when I moved into high school, a couple of my other friends actually raced as well, so it's sort of like starting to become a new thing. People ask me a lot, what's it like? So it's just kind of like a neutral thing, like here in my school.
Yeah, people know I race in my school, but they don't, like, they always ask me, do you have friends while you're racing? I said, no, we don't have friends while you're racing. And they always ask me, do you think we all can get in it? I said, you don't have to ask your parents about that. That's money out of their pocket. And they think it's cool.
Trevor, what about you in school, kids?
They always ask me, like, how'd you do this weekend? I told them I did, and I also have this friend that does dirt bikes. He's really good. I also have a friend that used to do coordinates that knows the friend from school, because they now race dirt bikes together. So I can talk about him about how I did and all the racing strategies.
None of my classmates really care.
Do you guys ever invite them to come watch you race?
Yeah.
Okay. And have they? Have some of the kids done that?
One of my classmates did come, and I did not know she was coming. My mom knew, but I didn't.
Somebody take the mic from that kid.
Any guy?
I got a couple of questions to lead up to one. You guys do race indoor, right?
Yes.
Quarter benches race indoor. Are all the tracks the same size?
No.
No, okay.
I thought there was a universal size. No.
What, okay, I'll ask, each one of you can answer this. What surface do you like, you know, as far as indoor, outdoor, asphalt, or dirt? And which, the bigger tracks or the smaller tracks?
So the question, there you go. Go ahead, DV.
I like Nakachi, that is where I got my first ever senior Honda quarter midget race win. I think actually my first two and my first Midwest Thunder wins.
Is that dirt, asphalt?
It's the smallest track that we race on, and it's asphalt. I've never raced dirt, but I saw it win a lot, so I feel like I'm going to be a good dirt racer. That's why I'm going into it.
Hold on,
Rumble was